At the moment, I'm reading this novel. It's called A Killing Frost. If you like British English and crime novels, I recommend it. But this video isn't about this novel. This video is about the typeface here. So typeface is the style of writing or style of printing. These days it's often changed to the word font, which is a little bit of a mistake, but that doesn't really matter. These days most people call this a font. This font is a sans serif font. A sans serif font is a very plain, straight, angular font with no embellishments. They're said to be easy to read, but for me they look pretty boring. Having said that, it stands out well on the cover here. But if we go to the title page, we have the same title, but here it's using a serif font. So if you look, there are lots of little feet and little hats on the top of the letters. So it's more ornate. For me, I think this is much more classy. I like this style much more. In the body of the book, they're all serif words. Everything is in that particular typeface or font. For me, that's easy to read. How about you? Which do you like better, sans serif or serif? When it comes to road signs, it's imperative that they are very legible and legible from a long distance. So in most cases around the world, sans serif fonts are used. For example, in Britain they use the transport font, which is a sans serif font, and is very easy to read from a distance. But would serif fonts add some kind of extra feeling to those signs? Would they be better? What do you think? Which is better for signage, for road signage? Sans serif or serif? There's a lot of evidence showing that serif is much better for reading on paper. So if you're reading a book or anything printed on paper, serif is better. And sans serif is better on a screen, on a computer screen or smartphone screen. But having said that, many people who say that prefer to read a serif script on their laptop or on their smartphone. A script such as Times New Roman is very popular, but it is a serif font. For people with poor eyesight like myself, there's a lot of evidence that serif is much easier to read than sans serif. I don't like to read books in sans serif. It makes me tired. I much prefer serif. And also for people who are aging. Generally people who are aging, their eyesight is becoming weaker and sans serif is easier for them to read. However, people with dyslexia have a lot of problems with serif, whereas sans serif is very easy for them to read in comparison, such as Courier, or even Comic Sans, which many people laugh at as being a comic font. But for people with dyslexia, it's very easy to read. I tried to get some information about what fonts are used in English exams here in Japan, such as the TOEIC test or the English test for Kyoto University or Tokyo University, but I couldn't get a clear answer other than vague things about sans serif fonts being used for ease of reading. Well, I don't think they're easy to read in comparison to serif fonts. So for me, that begs the question, which fonts should be chosen for English tests? Should they be serif fonts or sans serif fonts? Or should the candidates of the tests have the choice as to which one they're given to read. Is that important or is it unimportant? If you want to publish something in English, which type of font do you want to use? Do you want to use a serif font or do you want to use a sans serif font? Or would you like people to have a choice to read your material in either or in any font that is good for them? What are your feelings about fonts? In our classes, we'll be talking about fonts this week. もしこのビデオが気に入ったらいいねをお願いします。Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.